Okay, so more Warframe, and guess what? Another new weapon, but thankfully this one isn't a feckin' archwing one, because let's be honest, we all just rejoice at the thoughts of anything related to archwing. And thankfully this one is a melee weapon. It is a bladed staff called the Thai Peado, which with my accent might sound like I'm saying something else. When I first seen the Warframe reveal a trailer for it on YouTube last night, I actually thought it said torpedo, and I thought, deadly, we're gonna have this awesome new weapon. Rhino's gonna be able to fire a torpedo from his crotch, he's gonna just nuke the whole fucking mission, but unfortunately that wasn't the case, because it is a melee weapon that looks a little bit like, I guess you could say it looks like a shovel, or like a monk's spade, or even a paddle. If you fancy smacking some infested arse, then you could call it a paddle if you wanted to. Now like I said, it is classed as a staff, but it deals very high slash damage, which is kind of odd for a staff, because you wouldn't think a staff could deal slash damage, but here's the logic for you in a nutshell. Now I would have personally classed it as a polearm, but that's just me. Along the lines of the Autos or the Autos Prime, it deals, like I said, mainly in slash damage, and as well as having a decent crit chance, it also swings really feckin' fast. You can literally just blend up whole groups of infested with this thing. But what might be a bit of a pain to some players is that when you want to craft this weapon, you're actually going to have to first build the bow and the kunai, and then you're going to have to consume both of them in the process of building this weapon. Depending on whether or not you think that that's going to be worth it, consuming two weapons just to make one, that is entirely up to you. Or you could just buy it outright for 125 platinum. Now stat wise, it deals 50 base damage, and like I said, 40 of this is slash. It has a 20% crit chance, so if you want to build this along the lines of a basic Berserker mod build, then you can do that. It is really good with Berserker. It has a decent status chance of 20%, but what I actually think is its shining point, or what makes this weapon really good, is that it has a really fast swing speed of 1.3. Now you can completely forget about combo moves once Berserker kicks in, because you swing that fast that you won't be able to time any of your combo moves right, and you will literally just be going ham on enemies. Now I brought my Valkyr to the Hyricon Dark Sector, which is of course a infested survival, and I also brought her to a Tower 4 Exterminate with no primary or secondary weapon, just my Valkyr, her Warcry, a little bit of a Hysteria to heal me up or to protect me when shit got hectic, and my twice formed Tipedo modded for crit and damage. And I went 20 minutes solo on Hyricon with ease. It just melted absolutely everything in my path. I had one or two hairy moments when I thought I was done for because of those pain in the arse mows, but Hysteria sorted me out and I was able to continue to just obliterate everything in the way. On the Tower 4 Exterminate, it was a little bit harder due to the nullifiers being a pain in the arse and the bombards knocking me down whenever I tried to get close enough to them. But it still dropped everything really fast, and I did manage to finish the mission relatively fast as well. Now the reason I've only gone for 2 Forma on this weapon is pretty simple. 1 Forma for my stance, because I don't really enjoy the animations of Flailing Branch. I don't like the chopping down on top of them or the jumping towards them. I wanted to use Clashing Forest because I much prefer the kind of whirlwind swings that comes with it. And the second Forma was to remove that depolarity that DE insist on sticking on every weapon, or almost every weapon that comes out, a new weapon anyway. And for me, any more than 2 Forma on this weapon I feel is overkill. I have managed to use the same mod build with 2 Forma on my Tipedo as I have seen others with 3 Forma, or the same mod capacity used anyway. So for me personally, 3 Forma is a waste. In fact, some of you might think that 1 Forma on this weapon is a waste, which is of course your choice. Some of you might think that this weapon is complete dog shit. Then by all means let me know in the comment section below. So I'll show you the 3 builds that I've been using with mine while running with my Valkyr. On all 3 builds I've thrown on Pressure Point, True Steel, Organ Shatter, Berserker, Focus Energy and Spoil Strike. Now the reason for Spoil Strike is because I'm using this with my Valkyr. She is my go-to melee frame and she is built around Warcry, which increases my attack speed anyway, so I don't really notice the loss in attack speed caused by Spoil Strike. For Infested and Void, I've gone with Corrosive, with Fever Strike and Shocking Touch. As you can see, there's none of the combined status mods because I wanted raw elemental damage. Now for Grenier, I've switched to Radiation with Molten Impact and Shocking Touch. And for Corpus, I've gone with Magnetic and Toxin with Vicious Frost, Focus Energy and Fever Strike. And of course, these are just my own personal builds. I'm sure you guys will mod to your own playstyle or to suit whichever frame you run melee runs with. And you will want to mod to suit that particular frame, then that's entirely up to you. Let me know what you guys think of the Tipedo in the comment section below, whether you love it, hate it, whether you think it's pure garbage or an absolutely amazing weapon. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button for more Warframe content, and as always, thanks very much for watching.